Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Obviously, as the title suggests, today is a new month. It's the 1st of September, so it looks like the weather's already changed for the better, which is strange. I always thought August was supposed to be summer, but unfortunately August was a very miserable month here in the UK. I don't know about the rest of the world. I did want it to be a positive month. Unfortunately, I didn't achieve many of my goals, but I thought I'd talk about some of my plans for this month. I didn't really plan it as well as I'd like to yesterday. I really should have planned more for this month, but anyway. So here goes another one of my list videos to start off, so hopefully it can help me to organize my ideas and thoughts. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, and here goes. So number one, in August I didn't quite manage to do what I wanted to do with a lot of my goals. I didn't manage to get the energy and organization that I wanted to do to have to support these groups, which I was talking about, like the four, as I call them, Latin American island, especially the four, and to a lesser extent, slightly lesser extent, island and Latin America. But yeah, so this month I'm hoping to focus on one group, which is Indigenous people from all over. Well, I can't say it's one group, but Indigenous people from all over the Americas, not just America itself, but Canada, Mexico, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile, and whatever other countries are in the Americas. Geography is not my strength, but as many countries as there are in the Americas, and perhaps I would like to find out how many countries are in the Americas, possibly on Facts Friday. But yeah, I hope also on that note to stick to certain plans for each day, like Mondays and Tuesdays and whatever. Number two, on that note, I'd love to support Indigenous people from the Americas in terms of like somehow empowering them in business, financially, and that sort of thing, and also to have their own tourism industry. And if I can, like maybe I might do some stuff about what I call the four. I did come up with this idea this year in 2020 at some point. I can't remember when it was. I think it was in February or March, or maybe even a bit later than that. Maybe it was in April, May, anyway. I can't quite remember, but it might have even been June. But anyway, so where I thought each month I would focus, each 3 months I would focus on a different group. So in October, I'm hoping to focus on the global Black diaspora, especially from Africa, but also Black British and African American success, and even Black European or Black people in Europe and things like that. And also in November, December, and all the way to October, November, December, January, February, and March. To focus on the global Black diaspora and empowering them. But anyway, so I'm hoping to focus on the Indigenous/Native people from the Americas, as I say, all of the Americas, and support them to have their own tourism industry. Aborigines have their own Aborigine centres, so I dream for like Native Americans to also, or Native people again of the Americas, to have their own centres. I'd also love to learn about Indigenous people in the Americas and hear from them and listen to them and their goals and dreams and ideas, which I hope to come to. Number three, on that note, I'd love to hear what freedom means to Indigenous people from the Americas, what freedom means to them, what freedoms they should have. Number four, also like Indigenous people of the Americas, talking about their human rights and how the international community could perhaps support human rights for Indigenous peoples of the Americas, whether it's rights to their own land. Again, I hope to come to that. Or it's rights to peace, or not being evicted, again, like to their own land, rights to protect the environment or tackle deforestation. I'd love to see Indigenous representation in the international organisations, like the UN, perhaps even, and also Indigenous politicians, Indigenous American politicians, and perhaps even a network to support all possible people, Indigenous people from the Americas, to work together as well towards their own political empowerment and general human rights and empowerment. Number five, I hope to hear from their dreams, but again, like working with people to talk about what rights Indigenous people from the Americas should have. On Mondays, also, whilst I remember, I also hope to share on Facebook groups about motivation. I hope to share motivational videos of other people from YouTube for Indigenous people from the Americas in the group I made. And I hope to get more Indigenous people from the Americas to join that group excuse me, as soon as possible. And like every Monday, share motivational quotes, keep fit videos, martial arts, or all sorts of things like that. So hopefully Indigenous people from the Americas will be interested. in that sort of thing. And then also like Indigenous peoples being empowered in things like business, science, engineering, entrepreneurship, communication, learning how to communicate and get their ideas heard, reading and writing and English and that sort of thing, so they can trade around the world and they can get human rights and they can look at their political rights and things like that, general educational stuff and mentors, which again I hope to come to. But yeah, to help them with their aspirations, more Indigenous people within the law, more Indigenous people, Indigenous Americans, Indigenous people of the Americas in the police force, in politics, and all sorts of areas like that. Number 6, I hope to help them to reach their full potential. I also hope to throw in a few football videos, as I was doing before, like about Syria or Italian football, and also Celtic and things like that. Number 7, hopefully God will bless me and others with good weather and things like that. Hopefully from next year, August will be a really positive month for the world from 2021. I suppose they do say it's all in God's timing. So although I did ask God to make it so in 2020, hopefully next year he'll make a blessing for the world in August, like every August. Anyway, number 8, again, hope for people who support Indigenous people, friends of the Indigenous people, Indigenous Americans from all around the world, to talk about what human rights they should have, what political support they should have, and things like that. Number 9, I hope to support Indigenous people to become poets, writers, / authors, artists, and things like that, and also like to create their own business plans and prioritize and get mentors and teachers and trainers to help them to learn how to build businesses and to protect their own land and get legal rights and to learn about the law and protect themselves from deforestation and things like that, and have their own rights to their own land and self-determination and things like that, and work with as many people as possible as a network, as a team, and things like that. And number 10, I hope to support Indigenous people of the Americas, youth, again, to give them career opportunities and also to hear their voices and also, to list their goals and aspirations and dreams and empower them as much as possible. And I dream for like Indigenous people from the Americas to have like 10% of the political class, 10% of the wealth and land of the Americas to belong to Indigenous people from the Americas, and things like that, and like as much support as possible. And yeah, I'd love to see Indigenous leaders, maybe even Indigenous presidents from some countries, and that sort of thing. So as ever, I'd love to hear what you think, and I'll try and focus as much as I can on the Indigenous people, but because I'm a bit behind with my goals in like August, it didn't quite work out as well as I'd like. As I said, I didn't have as much energy or motivation or enthusiasm as I wanted to have, as much as I tried my best. So a few things went a bit pear-shaped, as we're saying here in the UK, like a bit wrong. Pete Thomas, some people call it. We have these strange sayings. I think that's from London somewhere. I think that's an Essex term. But anyway, so hopefully, I'll focus as much as I can on Indigenous people, and maybe every now and then I'll talk about the other groups, like people from Asia and places like that. And again, a few football videos, and I'm going to stop laughing, and I'm out. I'm going to go and get my tea as well. Hope you have a great time. Peace and love.